Not every luxury badge guarantees a good experience behind the wheel, or a reliable one in the driveway. And when it comes to Lincoln, Ford's long-standing luxury division, the brand has seen its fair share of peaks and valleys over the decades. While Lincoln has produced some genuinely elegant, powerful, and dependable machines, it has also released a few models that left owners frustrated with electrical problems, mechanical issues, and overall subpar build quality. If you're thinking of buying a used Lincoln, or you're just curious about which ones stand out in either direction, let's explore the 3 worst and 4 best Lincoln vehicles to own. One of the most notorious missteps in Lincoln's lineup came in the form of the 2001 Lincoln Continental. This model was supposed to blend American luxury with front-wheel drive V8 muscle and a touch of high-tech flair. Instead, it became a lesson in what happens when outdated engineering meets forced innovation. The 2001 Continental carried a 4.6-liter Intech V8 that sounded promising on paper, but was ultimately underwhelming in execution. It was neither quick nor efficient, and its refinement fell well behind the competition from Lexus and Acura. The electronically controlled air suspension, while comfortable when new, became a recurring headache as the car aged. Many owners were faced with repair bills that climbed into the thousands just to restore the ride quality to something resembling factory standards. Worse, the car suffered from numerous electrical problems, including finicky climate control systems and prematurely failing modules. This Lincoln lacked the long-term durability needed to be a dependable luxury cruiser, and its depreciation was swift and brutal. Even among Lincoln fans, the 2001 Continental is viewed as a model best left in the rearview mirror. Another unfortunate chapter in Lincoln's story arrived with the 2006 Lincoln Zephyr. This sedan marked Lincoln's attempt to reinvent itself with a front-wheel drive entry-level luxury car aimed at younger buyers. The Zephyr shared its underpinnings with the Ford Fusion, and unfortunately, it showed. Despite a stylish exterior and a plush cabin that initially impressed, the car's performance was far from luxury grade. The 3.0-liter V6 engine struggled to deliver smooth acceleration, and the transmission was anything but refined. Road noise crept into the cabin. The suspension didn't absorb bumps with the grace expected from a luxury car, and the steering felt numb and disconnected. Reliability wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't great either, especially considering how much better Japanese rivals were at the time. But perhaps the worst offense was how quickly the Zephyr became obsolete. Just 1 year later, Lincoln rebranded it as the MKZ, gave it a better engine, and improved the transmission. That left Zephyr owners feeling like they had purchased a beta version of the real product. In hindsight, the 2006 Zephyr was little more than a forgettable footnote in Lincoln's struggle to modernize. If you find the video useful, be sure to hit the like button to support us. Thank you. The third and arguably most disappointing Lincoln to own is the 2011 Lincoln MKT. Meant to be a luxurious, tech-laden alternative to full-size SUVs, the MKT arrived with a polarizing design and an interior packed with gadgets. It had the bones of a great highway cruiser, thanks to the available 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 and all-wheel drive setup. But execution is where everything fell apart. The MKT suffered from significant quality control issues. The My Lincoln Touch infotainment system, touted as a breakthrough, was plagued with bugs, slow response times, and touch-sensitive controls that often failed to register inputs. Mechanical reliability also took a hit, especially in early models, with owners reporting transmission failure, turbo issues, and even failing water pumps that, when integrated into the engine, led to catastrophic engine damage. Add to that the awkward styling, which failed to win over traditional Lincoln buyers or lure luxury SUV shoppers from BMW or Audi, and you had a vehicle that was both confusing and unreliable. The MKT was quietly retired after a short run, and most would agree that was for the best. Now, while those 3 vehicles show Lincoln at its most misguided, there's another side of the brand that deserves genuine praise. There are Lincoln models that not only stand out as smart used buys, but have also earned reputations for durability, comfort, and even driving enjoyment. One such vehicle is the 2016 Lincoln MKX. By this point, Lincoln had begun to take its styling and quality more seriously, and the MKX was proof. This mid-size luxury SUV shared its platform with the Ford Edge, but improved on it significantly. The available 2.7-liter twin-turbo V6 delivered excellent performance, with 335 horsepower and brisk acceleration, while still achieving respectable fuel economy. The cabin was quiet, elegantly appointed, and loaded with tech that, unlike earlier systems, actually worked well. Reliability scores were strong, and long-term ownership costs were lower than European rivals. The MKX struck a sweet spot between affordability, comfort, and performance. It may not have the prestige of a German badge, but in terms of overall satisfaction, it delivered more than most expected. Perhaps no modern Lincoln has surprised the market more than the 2020 Lincoln Aviator. After years of trial and error, Lincoln finally nailed the luxury SUV formula with this model. Bold, elegant styling was matched with a powerful drivetrain and a high-quality interior that felt like a genuine alternative to the likes of BMW and Mercedes-Benz. The standard 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 produced a robust 400 horsepower, and there was even a Grand Touring plug-in hybrid variant that added electric torque for punchier acceleration. Inside, the cabin was beautifully trimmed with soft-touch materials, real wood accents, and intuitive tech, including a crisp digital gauge cluster and one of the better infotainment interfaces in its class. The suspension tuned with adaptive dampers gave the Aviator a smooth, composed ride, and even with all its features, reliability has been fairly solid for a modern luxury SUV. More importantly, this vehicle marked a philosophical shift for Lincoln. It wasn't just chasing competitors anymore, it was forging its own identity. The Aviator, especially in reserve trim, is one of the most rewarding Lincolns to own in recent memory. Another bright spot in Lincoln's portfolio was the 2004 Lincoln Town Car. In a world where luxury increasingly became synonymous with stiff rides and overcomplicated gadgets, the Town Car remained defiantly old school. And that's exactly why people loved it. Powered by a tried-and-true 4.6-liter V8, this full-size sedan was built on a body-on-frame chassis that made it incredibly durable and surprisingly easy to repair. It was a favorite among limousine companies and airport shuttle services for a reason. The car could rack up 300,000 miles with routine maintenance. The ride was buttery smooth thanks to its soft suspension, and the interior, while dated by modern standards, was roomy and comfortable. It didn't try to be a sports sedan, a tech showcase, or a statement of fashion. It just worked. And it kept working year after year. Today, clean examples of the 2004 Town Car are still in demand by those who appreciate its simplicity, reliability, and old-school charm. Lastly, we can't talk about the best Lincolns to own without mentioning the 2018 Lincoln Navigator. This was the moment Lincoln took a massive leap forward in design, luxury, and presence. Gone was the anonymous styling of previous generations. The 2018 Navigator arrived with commanding looks, a refined powertrain, and an interior that rivaled the best in the business. Under the hood, it featured a 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 with a 10-speed automatic transmission, delivering 450 horsepower and smooth, effortless acceleration. The cabin was nothing short of spectacular. Hand-stitched leather, real wood, and cutting-edge technology came together in a space that felt like a luxury lounge on wheels. Rear seat comfort was phenomenal, with plenty of room and entertainment options. Reliability for the 2018 Navigator was above average, a significant achievement given its complexity. Owners praised it not just for its features, but for how confident and composed it felt on the road. This wasn't just a good Lincoln. It was a genuinely world-class SUV that earned respect from even the most brand-loyal German SUV drivers. So when looking across Lincoln's catalog, it's clear that the brand has had its stumbles, some painful, some forgettable. The 2001 Continental, 2006 Zephyr, and 2011 MKT represent moments when Lincoln seemed to lose its way, offering vehicles that looked the part but fell short in performance, reliability, or innovation. On the other hand, the 2016 MKX, 2020 Aviator, 2004 Town Car, and 2018 Navigator show that Lincoln still knows how to build compelling luxury vehicles that stand the test of time. These are the models that remind us why Lincoln still matters in today's increasingly competitive market. Whether you want timeless comfort, reliable performance, or cutting-edge features, Lincoln has at times delivered vehicles that exceed expectations. You just have to know which ones to avoid and which ones to embrace. If you found the video useful, be sure to hit the like button to support us. Thank you.